Have you ever pondered on the power of truth? It's a question that might seem simple at first glance, yet it carries a depth that transcends the surface level of our everyday lives. Truth, in its purest form, is a fundamental pillar of our existence. It's the compass that guides our actions, the beacon that illuminates our decisions, and the thread that binds our relationships. When we embrace truth, we step into a realm where authenticity reigns and pretense fades into oblivion. Consider for a moment the impact of truth on our actions. A commitment to truth invariably steers us towards integrity. It beckons us to act in ways that align with our core values, fostering a sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's the torchlight that cuts through the fog of deception, enabling us to navigate the labyrinth of life with clarity and conviction. Now, let's shift our focus to the influence of truth on our decisions. Every decision we make is a reflection of our perception of reality. And what's reality if not a tapestry woven from the threads of truth? By choosing truth, we allow ourselves to make informed decisions that are in sync with the rhythm of reality, and not the discordant notes of illusion. And what about relationships? Well, truth is the cornerstone of healthy relationships. It fosters trust, nurtures understanding, and cultivates emotional intimacy. Truth in relationships is like a mirror. It reflects who we truly are, not who we pretend to be. It strips away the masks of deception, revealing the authentic self that lies beneath. But truth isn't just about actions, decisions, and relationships. It's also about our understanding of the world. Truth is the lens through which we perceive reality. It shapes our worldview, influences our beliefs, and defines our understanding of life and the universe. Truth, though sometimes hard to accept, is the foundation of our reality. It's the bedrock upon which our existence is built. And while it may be uncomfortable or even painful at times, it's always liberating. Because truth, dear listeners, is the key to freedom. The freedom to be, to act, to decide, to relate, and to understand. Truth, when revealed, can be a powerful force. Let's look at some real-life examples. Consider the tale of a humble office worker named Jim. Jim was an average Joe, content with his 9-to-5 job. One day, he made a colossal error that cost his company a significant sum of money. Fearing the consequences, Jim initially decided to hide his mistake, but, as the sleepless nights piled up, he realized the mental toll was far more substantial than any potential job loss. So he chose to come clean. He admitted his mistake, ready for whatever punishment awaited him. But instead of firing him, his boss admired his courage and honesty. Jim was able to correct his error, and his integrity earned him respect and trust from his colleagues. His life improved significantly from that moment, both personally and professionally. Now, let's flip the coin and explore a different scenario. This is the story of a charismatic politician named Richard. Richard was loved by many. However, he had a dark secret. He had manipulated his way to power through deceptive means. His reign was marked by prosperity, but the lie at its core was a ticking time bomb. Eventually, an investigative journalist uncovered his deceit. The revelation sent shockwaves through the nation. Richard was forced to resign, his reputation forever tarnished. His lie had granted him temporary success, but the truth prevailed, leaving him in disgrace. Yet, the power of truth is not limited to personal narratives. Consider the infamous case of the tobacco industry. For decades, they denied the harmful effects of smoking. They invested millions in misleading advertisements and biased research, but eventually the truth surfaced. Rigorous scientific studies revealed the hazardous impacts of tobacco on human health. The industry faced massive lawsuits and public backlash. Their profits plunged and they were forced to admit the truth. The truth was delayed, but it was not denied. These stories underline a fundamental universal principle. The truth, no matter how uncomfortable or inconvenient, always comes to light. It might take time, it might require courage, it might even lead to temporary discomfort. But in the end, the truth prevails. It brings clarity, justice, and a sense of relief. It restores balance and paves the way for growth and progress. Remember Jim, the office worker? His honesty not only saved his job, but also enhanced his mental well-being. Recall Richard, the politician? His lies led to his downfall, a stark reminder that deceit is a shaky foundation. And the tobacco industry? Their denial of truth led to their downfall, a clear illustration that truth cannot be suppressed indefinitely. These stories prove that no matter how long it takes, truth always comes to light. From a philosophical standpoint, truth holds a unique position. It's not just another concept, but rather the cornerstone upon which the grand edifice of philosophy is built. The pursuit of truth has been the driving force behind philosophical thought, propelling thinkers to question, explore, and challenge the world around them. If we delve into the realm of philosophy, we find that truth is often viewed as an undeniable fact of life. Philosophers from Socrates to Kant have maintained that truth is absolute, not subject to change or interpretation. It's like the North Star in the night sky, unwavering and constant, guiding us through the darkness of ignorance and misconception. But what does it mean for truth to prevail? Well, philosophers argue that truth, in the end, will always overcome falsehood. This is not merely a comforting notion, but a fundamental philosophical belief. It's based on the idea that truth has a certain power, a resilience that allows it to withstand the tests of time and challenge. Consider the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. He suggested that truth is like the sun, illuminating everything it touches. Falsehoods, on the other hand, are like shadows that disappear once light is shone upon them. Similarly, in the modern era, philosopher Noam Chomsky asserts that truth has a liberating power, freeing us from the chains of deceit and manipulation. However, it's important to note that philosophers also acknowledge that truth may take time to reveal itself. It's like a seed planted in the ground. It needs time to germinate, to push through the soil and reach for the sunlight. But once it does, it stands tall and firm, refusing to be overshadowed by the weeds of falsehood. In essence, philosophy offers us a hopeful perspective on truth. It suggests that even if truth seems obscured or defeated momentarily, it will eventually rise and shine. It's a resilient force that, however battered by lies and deceit, will not be extinguished. Philosophy teaches us that truth, however delayed, will always find its way. It's a beacon of hope in a world often clouded by untruths, reminding us that in the end, the truth will always prevail. Knowing the power of truth and its inevitability, why should we always stand for it? Well, that's the question of the hour, isn't it? And the answer is quite simple, yet profoundly powerful. Firstly, standing for truth promotes trust. Imagine a world where everyone is honest, where you can take people at their word, where deception is a foreign concept. Sounds idyllic, doesn't it? That's the power of truth. It fosters trust, builds strong relationships, and creates a society where people can rely on each other. It's the glue that holds us together. Secondly, standing for truth builds character. When you stand up for what's true, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable, you're showing tremendous courage and resilience. You're demonstrating that you have a strong moral compass, that you're not easily swayed by external pressures or influences. Over time, these actions mold us into individuals of substance, individuals who are respected and admired. And let's not forget about justice. Standing for truth ensures justice. In every court of law, the truth is sought after. Why? Because truth is the cornerstone of justice. It's the basis on which fairness is built. Without truth, there's no justice. Without justice, there's no peace. And without peace, well, we all know what happens then. But perhaps the most compelling reason to stand for truth is that it's a reflection of our integrity. Integrity is not just about being honest. It's about being consistent in our actions, values, methods, and principles. It's about doing the right thing even when no one is watching. And standing for truth, my friends, is the epitome of integrity. So, standing for truth is not just about honesty, it's about trust, character, justice, and integrity. It's about who we are as individuals. And in the end, isn't that what life is really all about? Standing for truth is not just about honesty, it's about who we are as individuals. In conclusion, truth is a powerful force that shapes our world. It's a beacon guiding us through the foggy labyrinth of life. We've journeyed together through the significance of truth, its profound impact on our lives, and the real-life stories where truth emerged victorious. We've delved into the philosophical perspective, understanding how truth, in its raw, unfiltered form, underpins our existence, our decisions, and indeed our very reality. We've explored the reasons to stand for the truth, to champion it, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. Why? Because truth, my friends, is not just a concept. It's a lifestyle, a commitment. It's the spine of integrity, the heart of authenticity. And while falsehood may seem to win momentarily, it's truth that endures, that stands tall when all else crumbles. It's truth that triumphs, leaving a legacy that echoes through the ages. In the grand scheme of life, remember this: the truth, no matter how long it takes, will always prevail.